Chapter 11, Crown. You must really have been out of it because when you're next awake, your group is waiting at the Hillfort gates. It's nightfall and Wid has returned. When he sees you, he jumps to your side. When he sees you stand, he jumps to your side.
How are you?
He's
Claire
obviously
told me you
worried.
woke up and had something to eat, but that was days ago.
Your body hurts from being carried around, but to your surprise, you feel strength returning to your limbs. What do you do? I feel fine with.
You had me worried. You've been out for days.
Thank you for fetching a good healer.
I didn't. She revealed herself after the battle.
Hmm. Where is Luann? I'm afraid I have some bad news. Your grace slunk away in the aftermath of the battle, and she took Luann with her. Mm. Mm.
As soon as we made it out of the mountains, I headed back to look for them.
Let him finish.
There was no trace. The old man leading the refugees mentioned that Igraine knew another hiding place. He took me there, and I discovered signs of a fight, but no indication that Luan had been there. We observed their camp for a time, but they have no prisoners.
He concludes with a ghastly frown. Your grain will pay for this.
I didn't expect Igraine to make such a stupid mistake.
Where's Claire?
She asked us to stand back while she speaks to the captain of the Royal Guard.
It seems he thinks the fort guards may be listening in.
She's trying to negotiate a swift entrance for us.
He nods toward the hill fort gate. The captain is nowhere to be seen, but Claire seems not to mind.
Etain went inside a while ago herself, so this shouldn't take much longer.
How long have you been waiting here?
Shh, let Claire handle this.
Keep waiting. Why didn't you kill that commander? You realize he may think you ungrateful and weaver. Try it again. You balk at the prospect of another confrontation. I don't want to. They want to use it anyways.
What? You mean back in the valley?
A lot has happened for Wid since then.
Injuring him was the safest way to get the Romans to retreat.
Smart. I see. Thank you for saving my life.
What matters is that you're back on your feet, sister.
Look around. The people around you look exhausted. Many don't have the strength to stand and they sit in the mud. Their faces are stained and they keep glancing back up at the trail as if fearing calamity will strike them down so close to safety. You notice Claire waiting patiently with the others. What do you make of it? Recall your training. You remember that closing the gate and refusing entry is the ancient way to distinguish friend from foe. If they're hostile, they'll try to force their way in. If they're friendly, they'll wait the night. But surely with Claire at your side, they won't force all these tired people to wait through the night, or will they? And when your patience is running thin, the gates crack open and the royal guard comes out. Their leader impatiently beckons Claire to approach, and she does so. The way he scans the crowd reminds you of a caged bear you once saw. You can't shake the feeling. He's hoping someone will step into his cage so he can lash out. During a draping a possessive arm around Claire's shoulder, he whispers into her ear. Her whole body stiffens and she glances back, visibly distressed. You try not to flinch at this reaction. What do you do? Think about this. You recall she's a competent warrior and healer. She doesn't need you to protect her. And I don't know her. They know each other probably since childhood, so she knows best how to handle him. You're certain the captain thinks himself above the rest and will respond harshly to you getting involved, which will draw Wid in and things will escalate quickly from there. What do you do? Stay still. Being incapacitated for days, the gate closed, and the tense people, it all makes you itch to take action, and you fail to stay still. Let's try it again. Stay still. Of that. Stay still. You can see Wade appreciates that you didn't get involved. To your surprise, it's Claire who whispers into the captain's ears now. His stance relaxes slightly, and he gives the signal to open the gate. What do you make of it? I obviously don't know who is who. As of reading your mind, the captain turns and locks gazes with you. What do you do? Mm, I'm not looking away. I'm not. I'm already just returning there. The aversion blocks out and irritated. Now this is not the time to be so childish, so return his stare. Anger flares up in his eyes, but Wiz steps in and blocks his view.
What are you doing? We need to gain entry and join forces with them against the Romans.
And how? What do you do? Just having a bit of fun with the locals.
The only one who
I don't like
benefits
those
if we fight
options.
amongst ourselves is the Romans.
Claire and Wade manages to defuse the situation, and the loud thump of the gate informs you that the captain has left. Let's see. None of this has changed. So, did we do I am so angry with. Okay. I can't believe she took Luan. Luan. People shake their heads and berate the guards for not letting them in. What do you make of it? Wid's right. Only the Romans benefit from us wobbling. To your surprise, the woman who tended to your wounds after the duel with the Centaurian approaches you. Why couldn't it just say Claire?
Look, the gods showed me favor. I was very lucky you were there to save my
Oh
life.
no, that's not Claire. That's the other woman.
But they weren't entirely ungrateful towards you in that moment either.
She offers a gentle smile. What do you mean?
I have standing here. I can help you and your people if that's your wish.
Can you help my people find shelter once inside?
I will open my house to the wounded and share my food with the rest.
She's pleased to have found a way to repay you. Which is, no one likes to be in debt for somebody. To your surprise, the huge gateway opens and an oversized boy walks out and asks for Wid and his sister. He's finally dressed and seems to recognize Wade as he aims towards him, unfazed by this group of strangers staring at him. What do you do? Let Wade handle it. He knows Wade. Wade's stance relaxes, and he moves slowly, careful not to intimidate the child. He waits for the oh he failed. He waits for the boy to speak.
Queen Morrigan invites you to the main hall.
Morgan. Queen Morgan.
If you would follow me, please.
He gestures ahead but waits respectfully before your response. What do you do? Lead the way. Someone must be watching you approach as the gates open and the boy steps in. The first thing you notice once inside is how high and thick the walls are. This restores an underlying sense of security you don't realize you would have been missing over the last few days. You can't help but wonder how Etienne felt growing up as a child in such a secure and majestic place. What do you make of it? I better ask her about it before jumping to conclusions. The boy waits a minute for you to get your bearings, then leads you up the hill towards the main hall.
Leave your weapons here.
Wade hands off his axe and waits for you to do the same. What do you do? Surrender your weapons.
You may
I'm already
retrieve them
hurt.
on your way out.
He nods, carefully setting your gear into a separate pile. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust as you step into the main hall.
Welcome, welcome. Come inside and dine with me. Warm yourself by the fire.
A friendly but authoritative voice beckons you forward. This is the queen.
I apologize for the delay at the gate. But with our warriors out observing the Roman advances, we have to be cautious.
Let Wade handle this.
Thank you, Queen Morrigan.
Wade makes sure his voice carries all the way back to the throne. Join with. Well, no, let Wade lead. Stand beside him.
I hear you already won a battle against the Roman legions.
The queen starts looking directly at you.
And eliminated one of their generals.
She looks past Wade. This catches you off guard. It's the last thing you'd expect that the queen will credit you with leading your people to victory. How do you respond? I don't trust the queen. And it wasn't just me. Wade took down the commander and the enemy retreated.
I hear it was you who planned the battle, sounded the alarm, and went toe-to-toe with the general.
Wade saved my life and won the. Wade saved my life and won the day.
Are you suggesting I am ill-informed?
I'm simply sharing the. Think about this. Think about what? No. I'm simply sharing my account of events, my queen.
A measured reply. Are you sure you haven't visited our halls before?
She smiles. There is a pause before she speaks up again, her voice playful.
Tell me what you make of this. Should men and women mate with just one partner or many?
What in the world? What is going? I'm confused. The pressure of everyone in the room waiting for your reply gets to you and you fail to focus your thoughts. No. What is going on? Think about this. The change of topic is so sudden that it must be something she prepared beforehand. It's kinda obvious, and if you let her, she might continue to reveal where she stands. Even some animals mate for life, and we are something more. You are not sure what the queen is fishing for this time and waver before revealing your stance. Let's try one more time before I gotta use it empty.
Really? The only difference I see is that we kill each other at a distance.
She says without smiling.
Some people live like eagles, swift and free, moving with the wind. Others live like turtles, slowly crawling across whatever patch of dirt they lighted upon.
She ends, failing a mask of slight disgust. What is going on? What do you say? Hmm. Thank you for sharing your story. Let's try one more time. Nope. Thank you for sharing your story.
You're right. There's no question in it. But I would like you to comment either way.
What do you say? A turtle can dive into the sea and become light and air and free. Wait, I'm confused. Okay. Yeah. A turtle can dive into the sea and become light and as air and free.
I haven't heard that one before. I must give you that.
Based on Claire's subtle smile, you can tell that doesn't happen often. What is going on? Protected from the elements, they can explore an endless ocean. Yeah, which is true. Sometimes when you isolate from what's going on around, you can be at your most peaceful.
I see you really thought this through.
She smiles to mask her surprise. What's up? I don't think I want her sympathy, honestly. Modestly bow your head. I would rather be forgiven before the other story starts. Especially right now, because
You're as well-mannered as you are wise.
she inclines her head, proving, and that is what I've been waiting for. Something that, because strong is fine, but kind. Is Morgan on here? Oh wow. Did I don't have any insights with you anyway. What about the captain? So we do negative. You find his confrontational behavior childish, or you welcome his direct. Nope. Um. I can't believe Ukraine took Luan. And I can't believe we still haven't seen him again.
But where are my manners? You must be starving.
She waves her hand and the servants start bringing the food. Wiz smiles and gives you a nod of approval. What do you do? Eat and drink moderately. You barely finish your plate when the door to the hall swings open and slams against the wall. What do you do? Turn and see who barged in. Two men lead a crowd of rough-looking warriors. This one must be the king, and the other one also carries a crown. What do you do? We're going to observe the room. The queen's serene expression and poise are unruffled. The only thing that betrays her is a quick glance towards Claire, whose face has gone bone white. To your surprise, you spy the captain emerging from the shadows next to her, his sword bared. The thing stands alongside, as does what remains of the royal guard. What do you do? Who is that with?
That is the crown of the Raider King.
Eyes fixed on the stranger. The stranger scans the room quickly and his eyes end up on Wid.
You, commoner, you fought the Romans. Report on their strength.
He commands Wid with a dismissive wave of his hand. You never heard a more grotesque voice, but the stranger's eyes are icy and his men armed, so no one's laughing. The scarring on his face hints that the same injuries affected his speech. Terror. Oh, I failed the check. Wid remains unmoved, his face unreadable.
Are you deaf, or must I beat some wits into you?
I'm gonna let Wid handle it.
My queen.
Wid acts in a calm voice. The stranger moves like an adder. In an instant, he has a blade to Wid's throat. Oh, he failed. Wid attempts to grab a candle holder from the table to counter him, but he's too slow. Out of nowhere, the captain of the royal guard steps forward to put the tip of his blade to the stranger's throat. The king looks on aghast, and the intruder's warriors raises their voice in an uproar. Queen Morgan stands, her voice trembling with anger as she confronts the king.
I let women and children wait before our gates to speak to their leaders first, and you bring armed men into our halls?
So the king is...
And you bear the Raider King's crown, but that gives you no right to attack my guests.
She locks eyes with the stranger. I'm gonna wait. People are whispering fearfully about the Raider King, and the stranger's smile widens. Raider King, mistress. While recent years have been peaceful, there's been a long history of blood feuds with their kingdom.
I am keen, and I offer a simple exchange.
His gaze fixed directly on the queen. The queen makes a small gesture, and the captain lifts his blade an inch from the stranger's neck. The stranger sneers provocatively, but also lowers his blade, and Wid is free.
I fight Romans with you.
Oh yeah, the voice is something. His voice booms across the hall once he reaches a safe distance from you and Wid.
And you give me a bride of royal blood.
He nods towards Claire. The captain's face twists with anger at King laying claim to Claire. You can tell he is ready to implode.
You knew about this when you led them here.
The queen states, looking daggers at the king.
That girl is a hostage. We can use her to buy us peace.
He defends his actions. You can see the guests are split. Some seem relieved, others don't trust the raiders. What do you make of it? I can't tell what's really going on. I really can't. The queen and her guard obviously don't trust King. He's staring at the captain, ready to give the order to fight.
I will go with King Keen.
Everyone looks at her in shock, and King sneers
They
victoriously.
cannot be.
The ceremony can take place now at the sacred tree.
King cackles and signals his men, who were clearly prepared to take the hall by force, to stand down.
Neil, lead the way.
Something in the queen's demeanor changes. She whispers something to Atane and nods towards Wid. Atane disappears into the shadows. The king has enough sense to say, What do we do, Wid?
Trust her, sister. She saved your life. She's smart.
Neil and the royal guard surround Claire and lead her out of the room. King gestures to his men and they open a corridor to let them pass. The queen and king follow after them. The queen pauses to gesture you and Wid to the front. What do you do? Go along with the queen's plan. She's better than the king. The Raider King and his men follow close behind you and the royal couple. Neil must have given instructions to the guard at the entrance because he's waiting with your weapons ready. He leads you up towards the country yard with the ceremonial tree. You see Atane sneaking towards the gate down below. At least the queen's unarmed guests are now out of the way. But this place still feels like a trap. You admire that Queen Morrigan didn't make an excuse to stay behind like many monarchs would. A plan starts to form as Claire falls to the back with her bow. All right, Claire. The royal guard spread out instead of forming a shield wall. This could force the enemy to fan out as well and give Claire an opening field for her bow. The only one caught by surprise when Neil draws arms is the king.
What is this? I am king, and I order you to...
He doesn't finish as King's men charge with a roar. Good. The gleam in King's one eye tells you he's looking forward to the slaughter. What do you do? How in the nine hells did we end up here with?
Tell me about it.
As opposed to the classic shield wall tactic, you must avoid slamming into the mass running at you. I'm not even at full health. Again, you feel the ground tremble as the enemy force descends upon you like a crashing wave. But Claire plans work. Gaps begin to appear in their lines as they spread out to cover every opponent. The attackers are confident in their numbers and come at you with no plan or formation. Even if you dash the first few, the long string of attackers will take you down. Now we're focused, for sure. Failed dice roll means death. Focus. You clear your mind of all doubt, letting your training and instincts guide you. Your next move forms in your mind just in time. You surprise the first group by hurling your shield at them and launch yourself into the gap it creates. Blind parry. You trick with the your trick with the shield wouldn't have been enough. You instinctively swing upward and the loud clang follows. The force of the opponent's swing spins you around and your sword arms shaking. Hold on to your sword. You grit your teeth but manage to keep hold of the blade despite the crippling pain. You can't even see who wields the blade, you just know it's coming at your head. Duck. You duck just in time, the blade whisking through your hair. You emerge unscathed inside the running mob. The next runner raises his shield to bash into you. Dodge. Your roll gets you to safety just in time. From the corner of your eyes, you see Neil abandoning his position, hacking at the enemy, eyes mad with rage. Oh, he got problem. Finally, with no one coming at you, your mind snaps into offensive mode. Into offense. The back rank didn't expect you to survive, and their guard is down. Are we killing or are we knocking out? Nah, we're gonna kill the first one. Kill. Using your body's momentum, you slash his throat open with little effort. The next one is running straight into you. Duck. Take that back. You didn't need to use that. Duck. You turn your back and duck, and his momentum carries him over your shoulder. You sense another attacker approaching you at a run. Trip him up. Come on! The last thing No, we're retrying that. Oh, I do the whole thing. Okay. Focus. What is happening? No. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's try this again. Focus. Clear your mind all doubt. Instincts guide you. You surprise the first group by hurling a shield at them. Ah, I don't understand what's happening. The first ones went so great. Go back, try to get back to where we were. He's still mad with rage. We're killing him. Duck. I ain't trying to. We're just gonna stab backwards. Relying on your reflexes, you stab without looking and feel your blade sink deep. The one you threw over your shoulder is getting to his feet. Pounce. Your thrust forces him back down and he stays still, the sword slipping from his hand. You notice Neil's rampage coming to an end and he drops to one knee. His flesh livid with cuts. The trail of bodies lies in his wake, but one raider is coming up from behind to finish him. Throw the kill. You throw your blade and it plunges deep into the raider's neck. You emerge from your frenzy and collect the blade from the man on the ground. There is roaring in your ears, and you recognize it as your own. The remaining men are stumbling over each other to get out of your way. Nothing compares to the rush you feel in this moment of victory. Morgan is rushing towards Neil, who has collapsed. You meet her gaze, and her usual reserve breaks. Her eyes well up, and she whispers, "Thank. That must be her son or something. Thank you." Pushing his men aside, King steps forward, his expression stern and his stance cautious. Still highly focused from surviving the onslaught, you act faster. "I don't want to kill him. We're gonna observe." Uh, Looking at his men, you can tell this won't be a fair fight, but Claire's arrows will keep them occupied, so your tricks may pass unnoticed. The raiders also limit your movement, so using the ceremonial tree to your advantage is not an option. You listen for sounds of battle at the main gate or help coming, but can't hear anything beyond the melee around you. His eyes dart nervously, looking for an advantage. Huh. He aims for your head. Block. His attempt is poor, and you parry the strike almost effortlessly. It gives you the space to make your next move. What do you do? Attack. Committing fully, you move to attack. Barso. Your attack is too slow and he dodges it safely. You can see he is evaluating his options. He spits on the ground and mutters some obscenity. He might be a fool, but you manage to remain calm. You see he didn't expect you to be this tough. What do you do? Provoke. You draw upon your rage. I didn't want to use that. Dodge just left. He goes for a swift strike through your flank. Dodge. You manage to dodge this strike and use the opportunity to slap his face.
You bitch! You'll pay for this!
He fumes with rage, but regains control. Okay. He performs a series of deadly moves to intimidate you. He is intimidating, but you manage to remain calm. Attack again. You find the resolve. Yes, select the target. Arms. I'm missing. I'm not using MP for it though. I'd rather him use his MP, because he's using that MP down. Block. Down to 5. His hit stuns you for a moment. How do you react? Yes. I want to do this because sometimes it does help. One event. It's been a long day. You released a painful moan. You can see the pleasure in his eyes. The rage you feel rushes you to charge. Resist it. He steps back, ready to defend himself. I failed this, so now I gotta go through this. Your whole focus becomes slashing, tearing, and hacking at your foes. Okay. Spear. Attack. Missed. He grits his teeth with a string, but stops your blade. Your inhuman strength gives you uncanny speed. He doesn't even try to stop you, barely managing to lift his arms in time. You keep clawing at him. I'm not a fan of this berserker crap. Swiftly turning, you use the motion to hit his shoulder. Your single-minded focus to destroy you gives you uncanny speed. He's out of MP, but his fear is rising, and his HP is slowly. You can feel the rage reaching its peak. One more. Miss. He parries at the last moment. You regain focus. King seems to be unnerved by your rampage. You can see he is evaluating his opponent. He fails to act and you seize the opportunity. That his fear is rising. Now we're going to overcome this. You shake off your doubts, but he sees you struggle and presses on. You realize this gives you an opening. We tried this last time when it didn't work. But you don't know us, so take a step back, you feign fear and pretend to drop your guard. He is getting close, keep your wits about you. We're gonna wait. You keep your cool and wait till he is close enough. He prepares to strike you but remains on the we're gonna guard. You manage to dodge and catch him off guard. For a heartbeat, his side is exposed. Do we kill or knock out? We didn't kill, so we're gonna knock him out. You strike his true and catches him off guard. Up ahead, you register Talon descending at an incredible speed. He shrieks, splits the air as he aims for a full-on collision with you. You instinctively jump to the side and avoid his talons as the spear narrowly missed the back of your leg. A coward stabbed at you from behind to save their leader. Oh, thank you, Talon. His attack left him exposed, and talons sink deep into his face. You continue stumbling on the ground and narrowly escape another thrust, the blade screeching from the frozen earth. You should have killed him.
We need him to distract that oafish brother of his.
You realize this man is not swayed by emotions or honor. He stays focused on his goal. He gotta die. I should have killed him when I had the chance. Wade abandons Claire and rushes through the melee towards you, knocking men from his No. Finally, he sounds a signal on his horn, and a group of men he had been keeping in reserve pours into the courtyard to descends on Claire. What do? Protect Claire. You realize he cannot hear you over the raging battle. Okay, we have a plan. You need to roll to the side and quickly back and use your body weight to snap the sword from his hand. You could pretend the spirit injured your legs so he won't expect you to move quickly. Wait to the last moment. You suppress your instincts to dodge and the blight blade for a moment longer. He assumes a balanced stance and thrusts his blade downward with both hands. Roll right. His blade narrowly misses you and the tip plunges into the ground. I'll use this. Roll left. You roll back and use your body. Oh, thank God. Use your body mass to knock the sword from his grip. He staggers back, and while you struggle to hold yourself up on one leg, he reaches for his throwing knife. Without a shield, it would be very... How do we get out of his way? Your instincts save you once again, but no! He's clutching a... No! What do you do? Reach with. As you're getting up, Claire is dragging through your field of view. You glance towards the entrance, hoping to see a thing leading the men, but no one is coming. You register now, laying on the ground, the queen protecting him, and the king crawling away on all fours, abandoning them, because of course he did. You run out of strength to continue to forge your story. Oh, I wanna. I need more MP. Key moves in the finish you once and for all. Claire attempts to wrest herself free but fails. Of course she does. It does, however, distract Keen, and with the sound of alarm horns coming from the gate cuts the air, he stops advancing towards you. Leave the cub's sister for them to save, you artisans men. You're surprised he would give up on killing you so easily, but he's right. Your people will favor rescue over fighting. With an air of victory, he escorts Claire across the battlefield as his men fail to cover the retreat. What do you do? I'm be honest. Wid is getting saved. Save Wid. You get to your feet and hasten towards Wid. He's slumping closer to the ground with every spurt of blood. His gaze is turning glassy, but his eyes begin to focus when he recognizes you. What do you do? Therapy. So his hands slip from beneath the cloth, but you're eventually able to stop the bleeding. You quickly look around and see the Queen Morgan kneeling next to the king. He's not moving. I hope she killed him. She turns and freezes when she realizes you're looking her way. But seeing Red's injury, she rushes to your side with a torch and a metal sconce. Seeing that she intends to use the hot bronze to cauterize his wound with knives. What do you do? Look away. You feel bad for not being able to be with him in this ordeal and brace to block out his screams. He must have passed out during the process because he makes no sound as the stench of burnt flesh rises into the sky. What do you do? Check his pulse. You feel the stirring of panic as you can't immediately detect the pulse. It's faint but it's there, and the wound has been properly cauterized. Your eyes swell up with relief. He'll live. What do you do? Thank you, my queen. How is Neil?
He'll live.
She trails off and turns away to hide the tears welling up in her eyes. Only now that Wit is safe do you realize she cauterized the wound of her own. That's why she had to scorch the hand. Her injury must make it difficult to stand before she staggers. What do you do? Don't I have... Still try. Reach out a steadier. Nope. Thank you for saving my son, she says in a voice thick with emotion. I did have a pardon. Nod briefly. An alarm horn blasts from the direction of the main gate, and Wade stirs as if recognizing the sound. The thing must have finally reached your men. A glimmer of hope stirs you to life. Your people might still hold the gate and prevent Keen from leaving with Claire. But you also question whether they'll follow your lead and if it's wise to risk losing more men. What do you do? Think this over. There's no telling what King will do next, even if you let him leave with Claire. If there's any way to stop him, you should take the chance. Your people are in a good position, but without Wade's leadership, they won't act in unison. Blowing the alarm on Wade's horn is a good start. Your fighters will recognize the signal and wait for Wade before releasing King. A thin signal stirs him from unconsciousness, but he'll need your support to get out of the courtyard. What do you do? Blow Wiz horn in response. In response to you, to you, in response, you blow the alarm on Wiz horn, and recognizing your intent, Morgan hastens to your side. Wiz's eyes blink in and out of focus, but it seems he's finally won the battle for consciousness. Thank 1% off, and he starts to sit up. If you want to do this, now is the time. Rise together. You fight through the pain, and with Morgan's help, manage to get him to his feet. You start shuffling to the exit, but Wiz's weight on your shoulder increases with every step. Keep walking. Grit your teeth. You keep pushing one leg in front of the other. Black dot starts to appear in your vision. Reach the exit. When the world dances before your eyes, you reach the exit and lean against the wall for support. As you're all resting against the cold wall, you recognize King's voice.
Stand down, or you'll all be slaughtered.
Where is Wid?
One of your warriors asks.
Go save him. Cauterize the wound.
Claire speaking with utmost urgency. This is the moment your people need to see that Wid is alive, or they'll turn back and... What is helping us with this? The mindset, anger is helping. Get out of the courtyard. With a few more uneasy steps, you exit the courtyard. Wade raises the horn to his lips, and with the last of his strength, blows the attack signal. Every single fighter, friend and foe, looks your way. Support his full weight. Wade's body goes limp after sounding the alarm, but you and Morgan manage to support his full weight. Wade recovers and even manages to raise a fist to the sky. It's a glorious moment, and your people are inspired to form a shield wall. For the first time, you see King's raiders hesitate. Stuck between the Thane's archers and the shield wall, the eyes are plainly against him. Morgan uses the moment to lower Wade to the ground so he can rest. What do you do? I'm staying with Wid. No. Attack but stay with Wid. Athane takes the advantage of the exposed back of the Raiders' Kingsman and opens fire from the gate rampart. I forgot she was up there. An arrow neatly pierces the Raider King's raised hand, and his men jump to his defense. With King's injury and the chaos of the erupting battle, Claire breaks free and climbs up to join Athane on the rampart. What do you do? I don't want to do this for sure. Alright, we have to do something. Apparently. Ooh. Might as well do the strong, I guess. Cause the points aren't going anywhere. I'm incomplete. I don't have what it takes. Complete. I am not in control. Outfit. What does the paint? Do we have something with the warriors? Brian, Ranger, Loyal. That's not going to help. Isn't he dead? He should be dead. Lethal. Yeah. Did we get something with Neil? He's looking for a fight. He feels protective of Claire. You feel less aversion towards him. Okay. What's the relationship with the unstable with? You feel you've done enough. You can only hope all the allies you've made and the loyalty you've inspired will be enough to win the day. Your people fought valiantly and won the day, but alas, many fell with King before King was slain. Of course. Act 2 ending of hard-won victory. Congratulations, you reached one of the endings in this build that moved the story forward. This build represents the first two of the three acts of the story. We can't wait to share more scenes to explore, including the rescue mission you saw in the intro. Please let us know what you think about Sacred Fire in the forums and help us improve the game. If you enjoyed your time with Sacred Fire, please consider recommending it to your friends. Thank you. Every choice counts. That was amazing. I was supposed to stop a while ago, but I wanted to finish that chapter. And the story is very intriguing. Have no idea what's the situation with the king and the queen. I'm positive she killed them. And whatever is happening, I'm just between the Romans and the story is interesting, that's for sure. But thank you guys. We finished early access. So see you next time.